Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are talk about the HP computer. The HP at the 18s introduced the scientific desktop computers like HP 85 and later HP 86, targeted at engineering and control applications, specifically in laboratories. HP 85 have 16 kilobytes of RAM, 32 kilobytes of ROM, 5 inches of display, CRT, text and graphics support, tape drive, with the first tape drive introduced by HP. This is DC 100 instead can use with a modified drive, can support the latest models like DC 2000 or DC 1000. DC 100 cartridges have 200 kilobytes of capacity, and this computer have a thermal printer. On the back of HP 85 have 4 expansion slots, and in this model have the ROM drawer. They have a different ROMs can install to the drawer for the options. For example, in this case we have different ROMs for functionalities. For example, for support the printer and plotter functions, we have the ROM, and the input-output ROM to support some features for an input-output cards. This model normally can connect with the other instruments and control instruments on the laboratory using the HPAB or GPAB bus, general purpose instrument bus. Is one another card can insert it on back. When put on the unit, simply appears a cursor on a screen. Can use the button list to list a basic program into the memory. Has empty memory. There appears the available memory on basic. I have some curious behavior of the caps lock. And normally when caps lock pressed, the uppercase works. Normally is uppercase by default. If you press caps lock, goes to the lowercase. Is a different way of the normal computer works of caps lock. Have a direct access keys like a clear screen. Press shift the button clear, can clear screen, or roll the screen up and down, can roll to the memory of touch the screen. Instead, this type of basic interprets directly to the basic. For example, clear, you can use the print. This instruction in normal basic prints on the screen. In the HP 85 goes to the printer. and print on the printer. If you need to display a message on the screen, on the CRT, and you use the display, this is a different function of the printout some messages on the printer, use the print, or the disp, use the display. Other kinds of functions, like a calculator, can use directly operation 2 by 2 results. Works like a calculator. You can sinus 1 and results. Take care on this machine can works with degrees or radians. Simple use DIG, DAG, or use the rad. This is change of working on degrees or working on radians. In the trigonometric functions can change the manner of functions, the manner of work. Can use the dig or rad for change degrees or radians. In the case of using the storage, for example, we modified this drive for support this DC2000 drive tapes like this. For example, can list of files on the tape and use the cat, and this is search the header of the directory and appears the directory on the screen. Can load using the direct key and rewind or load. Have two functions. Get, for example, an example of program. Search the program on the tape and load it. Can list instructions of this program. This program uses the plot ROM and the plotter different instructions, and run it, and run, and shows the trigonometric function like tan. The HP 86P was introduced in 1983. They have a similar custom CPU like HP 85. I'm sorry I not talked about the CPU used in the both computers. Is a special built by Hewlett Packard custom CPU working at 6,125 kilohertz. Is too slow, but it have a very optimized basic interpreter with using this CPU. This is a special CPU, proprietary CPU, named Capricorn. This model not include the printer or tape or screen. Have a composite video output to visualize and use the external monitor to use this computer. This model, HP86B, have the composite video to connect the external monitor and the HPAB bus connector. Is a very huge step different than HP85, because the HP85, if you need HPAB, you need to put other card to support this bus. This model not includes the tape or a storage device, and you need a external drive connected to the HPAB bus. I don't have any drives, but I try to use the HP disk emulator using the PC with the GPAB card, and send and use some virtual disk from PC to the HPAB to load and store some programs. This I have the same ROM drawer with the different ROMs. In this case, in this model, have different ROMs, like external mass storage, can support read the Amigo format HP disk formats, the IO ROM, and advanced programming ROM 1 or 2. This ROM is split in two ROMs. This is a basic function of programming, for programming in BASIC. The difference in the keyboard, the HP86B have a more function keys and doesn't have, for example, the tape control keys, but the rest of the keyboard are same as HP85. Just take a look how it works. The HP86 have the similar behavior. If you press the list key to list the program, have the look the available memory in the BASIC. Can write any program, like a simple program, but in this case, by default, print out to the screen. Can change, for example, the number of lines of the screen using the page size to 24. I changed it to 24 lines, can visualize, and more tiny letters display on the screen. Can draw directly to the screen, to the graphics screen. Can change with the press button alphanumeric screen or graphics. This is a graphics screen. If you use the plot, for example 2020, draw a single plot, and can change plot screen, graphics screen, text screen, can change with using AG key. Plot, for example, draw the line and go to the text and change text and graphics, like HP85, but the HP86B have the more large screen and have more resolution than HP85. In the other episodes, we try to use a PC with the HP disk emulator using the GPIB card connected with the HP86 and read or write some virtual disk created from PC.